Hello again. It is me, Ken Stott Live, with the daily Davinci Debacle for Friday, March 10th, 2023. Now, I am not going to be able to monitor this. I had an eye surgery performed today, or it's going to be performed today. That's why I'm doing part two today on Wednesday. So, a couple things I wanted to point out. I'm not going to go near as long this time around. A couple things I wanted to point out. When you go to render this, and if you can't find where this is at, it's real simple to go figure out what you did with it. Come up here to the upper left, go to preferences, and it's going to be where you were last out. And I actually put this in my D drive, Davinci Resolve Data, and under that. So if we were to close this, and go over here to browse, go back a folder, back another folder, Davinci Resolve Data, look for that. Then if we come in here, it's going to be right there. And that's fine. I put it in the wrong spot. I'm good with that. I just wanted to point that out. If you get lost or confused, all you really have to do is just go back to some basics of, oh, where did I put that? Preferences, media storage. I put it in here. Now I'm going to change that. I'm going to highlight that and I'm going to remove it. Now I'm going to re-add it and I'm going to go to D, Davinci, completed projects. I'm going to come down here to a blank space. I'm going to right click and create new folder. And again, it's just going to be, take the caps off for this, Mr. Warren's Tech class, which I spelled wrong. I put one too many S's in there. A class. There we go. And we'll hit select. We'll hit enter. And we'll go back and we'll go find it. Alphabetical. And it's going to be right there. We'll hit it, select folder. Now I'm good to go. I'm okay with that. So we're going to close this. We're going to save it. And then we're going to redo this. We're going to go browse. We're going to go back. We're going to go into here. And we know there's nothing in there, but it's right there. We're going to save it. We're going to add it to the render. And you're asking yourself, but Ken, there's two of them there now. Well, you can render out as many as you want at one time. If you control click and it says render all, it'll render it. I don't want that. I want this one here. So as long as you're on your second one, it's job one, job two. You can change the title if you want. I don't want to change the title. I want that title. We're going to render it. And again, it's going to be quick because there's nothing there. We'll minimize it. We'll go into Davinci. We'll come down here and we will find Mr. Warren. And we know it's rendered because it's there. Now what I want to do immediately is I want to come up here into here. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this out of there because I don't really want that in there 1,000 times. And we're good to go. All right, so let's get back to Davinci. I might as well do a little bit of something here. With no feedback from the one I did on Thursday, I have no idea. So let's work with, oh, by the way, you'll notice I change this from time to time so I can see it. And I close the media pool so I can see it. You also have up here, you can change to where you have two screens. I'll briefly show you how that works. It's a little complicated. You don't need to be able to see everything, but I like to be able to see everything. So if my playhead is right here, and I click on this 1, 2, 3, third tab over, it's called the Fusion tab, and click on that, then it shows me that this is a template because it's got everything in there we want. It shows you up here in the inspector the template. and I don't want that. What I want to do is I want to work with one thing and one thing only. So I'm going to bring this over here, put my playhead over that. Now if I go to Fusion, I still have a template. Why is that? Go back to here. I should have just a, there we go. I was looking, this is what I was looking for. Media in, media out. You can have one viewer, you can have two viewers. There's nothing in this first viewer. If you highlight that, click on the circle, now we have two viewers. This is helpful when you're working with something and you want to see what your changes are that you're doing. You go into Fusion, you bring up multi-screen, and you can do that. For example, I can do the same thing here. I can add a text node by dragging this down, and I have my text node. It's the same as this text node right here for the most part. I'm going to go back into Fusion. I'm going to type in some text, just put in that. We're going to change the color to, I don't know, what's a good color to pick? Now if I highlight this, excuse me, if I highlight this and press the number 1, that brings up my text. And if I hit the color, then I can see effectively what my changes are going to be. Let's go with orange today. Hit OK. Same thing here. I can mess with the size. It's the same basic thing. I did want to point something out. Now, how do we add this into here? Because as you can see, it's not added. Well, if we grab this and bring it into our median, it will add it in with a merge node. You have to have a merge node. Basically, you have your picture that's going through the pipeline and coming out here. There's nothing's changing it. But if I want to add text to it, or anything for that matter, you grab it, put it on there, and this is a cool effect right here that it actually is like a mask. It's masking out the picture. Kind of cool. That's not what I want. So we'll disconnect that. In Fusion, and this is advanced, but I'm going to show you this. This is kind of cool. As long as you're highlighted, whatever you click on is going to add it. So now I want you to watch this. If I take the text now, and you know what? Let's change that text. Let's not make it gibberish. Let's call it Davinci Resolve to port. Cool for me. Now, I'm going to leave the color the same. Size should be all right. We may have to adjust that. We'll find out in a minute. So you noticed a while ago, when I plug this directly into here, it is like a mask. Sweet. I like that. I've used this effect quite a bit. Now, if we disconnect that, we're back to our picture. I'm going to take the same text, but I'm going to plug it into the merge. And looky, it puts it in the foreground. Isn't that neat? Now, it's still just a static picture. When we come back over here, it's not going to be there because I haven't done anything with that yet. So you're asking yourself, how do we do that? Well, we know it's here is where we created that. I could go back and do it a different way, which is what I should have done in the first place. But before I do that, what I want to do is I want to get rid of all of this. Gone. I want to come over here. I want to check this out. We're good. Although, except we lost our picture now. Why did we lose our picture? Well, Control Z it to get the picture back. It'll eventually show back up because maybe it won't. Why? What did I do? Well, I know what I did. Over in here, I was in Fusion, and because I can't do that way. Because I got rid of my media. Now when I go back, the picture will be there, except it's all wonky, and I don't want that. Put that over there. I'm going to Control Z this, Control Z. Actually, I'm going to Control X that, then Control Z that. I can't get rid of that down there. This happens from time to time too. Yeah, cool. I'm going to delete that. So delete the selected. Now you're going to yourselves, oh no, you lost the picture. Control Z brings the picture back, or it should bring the picture back, and it does. And then the picture's still not showing. There it is. I knew it was there. It went away because I deleted it out of here. So that's fine. Come back to here. What if I wanted to do some changes? So I'm going to go up here to File. I'm going to Save Project. And anyone want to guess what the title is being? You guys are probably yelling at the screen. Mr. Warren's Tech Class. Very good. We're going to save it. Now it's saved. Now I can make any changes to this I want, and it'll auto-save it. So I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to now go to File, Save Project As, and I never changed this. Mr. Warren's Tech Class Copy. That's cool. Boom. It'll change it up here. And now I'm working with the copy. Any changes I make here will not affect the original one. It'll only affect the copy. For example, if I go in here and change the color, then it's going to be yellow. If I go over here to File, Project Manager, go back to this one, nothing's changed. So File, Project Manager, and I want to go back to copy. It's always going to be highlighted the one you're working, so I know this is the original. I know this is the copy. And I verify that because A, I have this, and B, I have that. So, what do we want to do now? Well, again, I haven't really planned on this. I think what I want to do is about right here. I want to move this. I don't want it in the center no more. I'm going to bring it over here. Now I'm just going to bring it down. So we're going to position it there. We're going to bring it down to about right there. And I'm going to set a keyframe. Actually, let's put that back to the middle. Now I'm going to set a keyframe. It's all up to your imagination. Whatever you think you want to do, you can do it. Now I'm going to go over to here, and I'm going to bring the position down to about right there. And I'm going to go to the end, go back into the picture itself, which is about right there. And I'm going to double click on position and play that and see what that looks like. If I did it right, it's going to drop to the bottom about right now, and there it goes. And then back to the top, and then it'll go back to its normal size. Now, you're asking yourselves this one. How did I do that? It's quite simple, actually. We're going to change this text to Ken Stout Live. we're going to change the color of this text. And I'm wanting this to work, and it's still not working. Why is that not working? This is really frustrating me. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. You'll know it works because the text itself, the box will change colors. So grab the dropper, and it's not working. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Why is it not working? Grab the dropper. Yeah, I'm at a loss right now. So no worries, no problem at all. I'm going to go back to my text. I'm going to click on this one a minute, and that's not how I did that. We got to remember what the text was we used. So we highlight that, we go over here, we go over to this one, and I really don't remember what it was called. You can find text at google.com, download it, install it. Maybe I should show you how to do that at some point in time. We'll see how this goes. Now, if I really wanted to, that's kind of cool. That's kind of neat. Whatever you like, you can put in here. I happen to know this one, I believe, is a don't really remember. It's something. Memory is gone. I'm trying to scroll and look through this at the same time, but I'm not finding it. I think it is in. Nope. All right, how can we find out what this font is? How can we find out what the font is in this one right here? Well, go to the project file, go to the project manager, and we're going to scroll through the projects until we see one that looks similar to that one. And logo change YouTube, possibly logo change YouTube. We'll just double click on that. And there we go. This is what I'm looking for. So then I want to go to my text, and it's called broadcast tilting is what this is called. So point something else out. So if we hit play, that's just going to run back and forth like that. And that's just animated with the right on effect right here. If you watch right here on the right on effect, I'm telling it at this point in time to be 0. As it runs, I want it to write it on, thus right on effect. Okay. And then if I want to get just the still of this, I go into the color tab, which is right here, right click, grab the still, and it puts it over there. Now I don't want to do this, so I'm just going to get rid of that, and we're good to go on that. So let's go back over to here. Let's go back to File. Let's go back to Project Manager. Let's go back to the one we were working on. Let's go into our text. Broadcast tilting. Who would have thought that was called that? So broadcast tilting. So alphabetical. I've never had good luck at typing in BR. Here it is, broadcast tilting. We change that. And then if we come over here to this, that is that. And we know by taking the size, we can do that. I just like this one. I'm really frustrated though I can't change the color with the picker. You should be able to take this and go to a color and it changed the doggone color. I don't know why I can't. I should be able to do that. I should be able to grab this picker and it changed that, but it's not. No big deal. Bring us back over here, and there's how we did that. Now, to get it to where we want it to be, we know to go into the layout, and we know it probably needs to move up a little bit. And the size isn't exactly right, so we change the size by going back to here and bumping the size up just a little bit to where it matches the size. And that's how I did that. And again, I'm going to bring the size down in here in two different size areas. And then when it rotated around, that's where I stopped it. I don't know if I can actually do that or not. Let's go into rotation, X, Y, and Z. You can make some cool effects in here. And everything is keyframeable, as you can see right here. Bring my spacing out a little bit. Go back to the text. Take the tracking out just a tad bit. Right there, that's pretty doggone close. And then if I come up here to the layout, and then maybe just change rotation a little bit. I could go back into it and get specific, but that's fine. I'm thinking if I track this out just a little bit, yeah, it's close. But you can see how much fun you can have with this. Now, if we take this and put it over that, then we have that. Now, do we want to get rid of the... Yeah, we do. That's too big. So we're going to bring this down to about there. We're actually going to get rid of this one. I'm going to go into Fusion and work with this. I don't like the white border. Ugh, horrible. So we're going to go into Fusion. We're going to click on our media. We're going to hit the number 1. With the media highlighted, we're going to go grab an ellipse. And it adds the ellipse in there automatically. You can see the ellipse. So what the ellipse does is it gets rid of wherever the ellipse is, that's what's going to be shown. If I want to see the white part only, then I put it over here. That's not what I want. I want this in the dead center. So I'm going to Control Z that, get it back. As long as your center X and center Y are the same numbers, it'll be a perfectly round circle. So we're going to bring this up to here. And then we're going to bring this out. Now you'll notice it doesn't matter which one I work in. You can work in either one. So that looks pretty good right there. There is no white. We come back over to here, bring this over to here, and I got rid of the white. But my circle's small. Or is it? See what happens when we play that. Remember we animated it before, so it's gonna, the animation's still there, and it's gonna do everything that we did before there. And then it's going to be, okay, so now I need to do something, you know, I don't have to. I kind of like the Ken style live. I could move it to the outside of the circle if I wanted. We know we can do that. We go in here to text. We go into layout. Actually, I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to go into text. I'm going to take the size. No, that's not what I want to. Now the write on is simply this. We go right here. We write this on. You want it to go clockwise, you go from 0 to 1. If you want it to go counterclockwise, you go from 1 to 0. Pretty cool. I believe you can actually put numbers in there and have it go around 2 or 3 times. My point that I want to make now is I want at the end of this, I want this to be on the outside of my Davinci. And I want to do it by moving the text. Really putting on my thinking cap today. So we're going to go into text and we're in the text. Go to transform. Spacing is not going to do it. 1.071. Nope. 1.071 puts it back to where it was. Go to size maybe. X. Nope. Although I can make an adjustment with that there. Y. There. Let's go right there. And then let's go to layout. And that's going to move it there. That's not what I want. Doggone it. You can only go up. I think you can go to 2. I think you can come in here and manipulate the size. We'll go 2.0. Yep, 2.0 is too big. All right. Making some progress here. So we're going to go to the size, and we're going to change the size to 1.25. And that was just a pretty good guess on my part. I just picked a number out of the sky. Let's go to 1. I'm thinking 30. That's closer. Go to 1.33. Closer yet. 1.35. Close enough. Now if we go back to the beginning of this and we play it. Oh, I forgot to keyframe it. My bad. That was on me. Because I didn't keyframe it out. I can keyframe it to where it's in the inside of the Davinci, and then when it ends up, it's going to end up just like that. So we shut that off, and we're good to go. So we will render this out by the rocket. I just got a message from Alex Cheat, and I'm going to make him figure something out on his own. I have no title, so we're going to call this Mr. Warren's Tech Class Yellow Text. I know where it's going. I don't have to change it. It's already an MP4. I don't have to change it. I hit add to render. I render it out. Again, it renders. This auto saves, and you can just close this out and you don't lose anything. And I'm going to go to this. Going to go down here to this, and I know it's there. Again, there's 2 folders. There's 2 things in there, 2 projects. Click on it, play it, and it's there. Hopefully that blink's not showing up on the video. So I will get these uploaded for Thursday and Friday. Again, Mr. Warren, thank you for letting me show your class. I appreciate it. I hope they've learned something. I hope they enjoy it. I hope it inspires someone. If you like what you see, go to my channel, kenstylelive.com. Go to videos, click on the Mr. Warren Part 1, Part 2, and leave me a comment. Ask questions, good or bad. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. Thank you, Mr. Warren. Thank you, Mr. Warren's tech class. Have a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye for now.